he backed it up for himself too, because he backed it up for me. Bearing the shoes or catching up with you. That means that kind of contest.
It's all the same, right?
Well, yeah, but I don't want to come across in there. Rotten. My big dog. He's a lab milk. I'm always bringing you presents. Not so much because of the dog. My mom told me different in her place. I think she can get around it that stuff.
All rise. All rise. This Honorable Circuit Court of Clay County, Missouri is now in session. Pursuant to adjournment, the Honorable Lewis Amos presiding. There'll be no talking in the court. Please be seated. City of Liberty versus William Diamond. Still waiting on the city. All right, sir. Get filed.
Before we begin, Your Honor,
Morning, Your Honor. I apologize.
We wanted to take up a few things before we got started this morning. First of all, this case is set for a jury trial this morning. Is the city ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor. The city is ready to proceed. As an introductory note, Your Honor, if the defendant has not requested a jury trial and is waiving a jury trial, then it's the city's position that to limit any fines or punishment to simply fines only. However, if there is a jury trial, I want the defendant to know that the full range of punishment will be asked for, including up to 90 days in jail.
All right. Anything else from the city?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Knight, this is your opportunity. Do you have something to say before?
well, Your Honor, the jurisdiction and the proceedings have never been properly established. Out of threat and coercion, I'm going to go ahead and just pay the fine of $129.50, I believe it was.
Was that what the city's offer was to him? And that was the original offer.
And that is the scheduled fine. So,
why don't I step outside for a minute and you guys can decide if you're going to resolve it this morning or whether, I don't want to be in here when you guys are.
Your Honor, okay, because if the plea is guilty, the recommendation is for $100 plus costs.
That's the recommendation?
Yes, sir.
And you understand, sir, that I'm not bound by the recommendation if you're going to enter a guilty plea?
Yes, sir.
So is it your decision this morning to enter a plea of guilt?
Well, I really don't have any choice, Your Honor. I've been at this for 6 months, and I have tried to get the jurisdiction and the proceedings constitutionally established, and to no avail. And
Sir, I want you to understand, you are entitled to have all that, to have any grievance that you have litigated today. If you have problems with that, you can raise all those issues, okay? But if you're going to plead guilty, that means you're going to assume responsibility for whatever it is that the city alleges that you did wrong. And then at that point, we'll go into what the appropriate punishment is. But I don't want you to sit here and qualify what you're telling me, and that you're being coerced into something, because you're not. You're entitled.
Well, the records were...
Sir, let me finish.
Sir.
You're entitled to a presumption of innocence, okay? You're innocent until the city proves you guilty. You don't have to prove yourself innocent. The city has to prove that you did something wrong, okay? So I don't want you to come in here and tell me that you're being coerced into anything. If you come in and want to plead guilty, that is your option. If you plead anything but guilty, then I have to take that as a not guilty, and we'll have to have a trial today. Okay, this case has been going on since 2008. We have to get it disposed of at some time.
You would think that the statute of limitations would have ran out
The statute of
3 years ago.
Sir.
Pardon?
The charges were filed on time. I checked that.
The charges were filed on
They were
time.
filed on time.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to step out for a minute, and you come and get me whenever these two are ready.
I think your license is valid now,
It is valid.
so that's why I was just recommending the fine, because that won't have any adverse effect on you. And so,
It was never suspended.
right. It was expired, I think.
Yeah, it expired in 2009, I believe it was.
So that's
All I
why-
did was forget my wallet and left it at home.
Okay. So that's why I was just, you've corrected the situation. That's why I was recommending the minimum fine, and we're done. So I just want to make sure, if you're okay with that, I think, again, the judge gets to make the decision, but I don't know why he would decide anything other than what the recommendation is.
Okay.
But if you want me to go tell him that we've
Yeah.
resolved this?
Yes.
I'll just go ahead and receive on his way back. Or do you want to just get, thank you. All rise. Mr. Knight, slow that up.
What's the disposition?
Your Honor, it's my understanding the defendant is pleading guilty. The city's recommendation is for a fine of $100 plus $29.50 in court costs. The basis for the city's recommendation is that Mr. Knight is now valid. He does have a valid license now, and therefore we're just requesting the minimum fine rather than an enhanced punishment.
And is that your understanding of the recommendation, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, and you understand it's a recommendation.
Yes, sir.
And so you're going to plead guilty today to operating a vehicle without a valid license. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you also understand that you have the right to have this matter tried today.
Yes.
All right. And you understand the range of punishment.
No, not really, but okay.
The range of punishment is up to 90 days in the city jail and a fine of up to $500 or both. Okay. You're also aware that any recommendation made by the prosecuting attorney is nothing more than a recommendation. You understand that?
Yes, I understand that.
And I don't have to accept his recommendation.
Okay.
You understand that?
Yeah.
And that you're waiving the right to have counsel here today.
Can't afford counsel.
Are you waiving the right to have counsel here today, sir?
No, I don't waive any of my rights, Your Honor.
All right.
And, Your Honor, the city will not request any type of incarceration requiring an appointment of counsel.
You understand that by the city's recommendation that they're not seeking jail time,
Yes, sir.
that I'm not obligated to appoint an attorney to represent you.
Okay.
You understand that?
Yes.
And how many years of school have you had, sir?
2 years of college,
And how old are you, sir?
44.
All right. Based on the following, I'm going to accept the recommendation with one qualification. This case has been going on for so long that I think the appropriate fine is gonna be $250 plus court costs instead of $100. The balance of the defendant's cash bond will be defended to defendants promptly by the city.
And we'll take care of that this morning, Your Honor. I think he posted a $750 bond.
Yes,
so
I did.
About approximately $500 will be returned.
Okay. That'll be the order of the court. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Bells of Liberty just fell apart.
Mm-hmm. Now I go after him.
There you go. Said the Bells of Liberty just crumbled apart.
No, I forgot
Not
my
the
hat.
city of Liberty, but, you know, justice too.
Yep.
So you need to get your money back now. Was that this
I don't have
morning?
a receipt first, I gotta go home and get him. And you have to get your other money back from the city that they owe you.
Mm-hmm. I gotta write them a letter.
They owe you too. Well, when they put you in jail the first time. And then, the second time, when they didn't refund your money.
Mm-hmm.
You still got a case against them.
Mm-hmm.
I hope so, because you're so scared that you're gonna have to be taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
She's always in a hurry.
Well, guess that's that.
Well, you know. And the threat, duress, and coercion.